Hey everyone, it's James at geometriccharts.com. May 3rd, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the daily chart of Bitcoin on the Bitfinex exchange, so BTC USD. And first of all, the video is not investment advice. So we got a nice little breakout over the past, basically yesterday. We got a nice little breakout in Bitcoin. We're still not showing a lot of strength here. I still think there could be a little more upside with Bitcoin as it's trying to relieve a lot of that selling pressure. Again, I talked about this multiple times. I know it got really redundant. But so far, that's what Bitcoin's reaching for, to relieve this selling pressure. So, it worked out as a nice trade, playing off that Bitcoin was going to produce this second leg up out of this consolidation. And, again, I don't see. I think there's potentially a little more upside for Bitcoin from this level, but I would really stress the caution here, because what I think is being designed is the perfect opportunity for a push up, to push sentiment to an extreme. Once again, people are going to go crazy. I'm sure people already are. I really hardly ever pay attention to the news or to social media or anything like that until I see like the ridiculous price points like that, and those ones always give me a chuckle, like 74 or 740,000 Bitcoin. That one always gets me a good laugh. But I imagine things are going to start cranking up again, and that's exactly what you want to see. Is you want to see everyone getting all hyped up on the hype train, like that's it, Bitcoin's going to the moon, Bitcoin guaranteed it bottomed, blah blah, whatever mumbo jumbo they put out there. But I do think that sentiment is being pushed to an extreme again to create a selling buffer for bigger players. That's going to lead to a corrective move. That corrective move is going to determine on whether we're going to go through the same crap we went through at 6,000 we've been going through for a very long time. Are we going to retrace 100% of the move, or are we just going to do a normal, natural corrective move and then put in a higher high? Are we going to see just a regular like 386 retracement, or a 50% retracement? Like that's 30-50%. That's kind of what I want to see Bitcoin do, hold up and actually start to launch off of that. But I have my doubts. Short term, I'm like bullish, but we're really like hitting that top of the curve here with this move. I mean, Bitfinex clearly exceeding the price points of Binance and Coinbase, and I think again, possibly a little more upside for Bitcoin. The alts are kind of like lingering around, trying to follow Bitcoin. Some of them outperforming Bitcoin. Obviously, like you have the Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash has really been on fire as well too. But again, I think this was designed to relieve the selling pressure, like we saw a lot of the alts do. A lot of the alts really started to fade after they relieved that selling pressure. Again, some people got absolutely murdered trying to chase those crazy steep prices. And here we are, Bitcoin's ramping up. The alts are kind of lingering behind. I think we'll see a little bit more strength to this market from this level. But I think we're getting very close to the corrective move in this market. And then again, like I said, that corrective move is going to determine on whether the market is going to produce that 100% retracement, or if it's going to produce just like a normal corrective move and then continue up. So that's kind of pretty much it right now. This may offer a nice little support area for Bitcoin. We'll see. It's literally the same identical frequency I copied from 6,000. It's very odd that Bitcoin is literally acting identical. I mean, this line set right here and this line set right here are absolutely identical. I just copied and pasted. So, that's a little odd. The fact that we're also under the longer term bearish divergence line that's plagued Bitcoin since the 20,000 top, leaves me longer term bearish still on Bitcoin, but short term, again, I think that bullishness is there to really push the market to one direction, creating those guppies to come in, buy. That's the buyer base that's going to allow bigger money to sell into it, take their profits without deteriorating their profits too much, and then potentially resume the trend after a 30 or 50% retracement. And from there, that would be a very positive sign, and I'll come off my bearish pedestal from the long-term aspect. But so it's going to be interesting to see. I think if Bitcoin is crashing through about 4,800 on Bitfinex, that's it. It's a wrap. Goodbye. Here we come, 100% retracement. If not, then I think we are going to see some further upside in Bitcoin. And who knows, maybe we go crazy like we did in Litecoin, where Litecoin just decided to like take off like a rocket ship, and you just have to keep zooming out to even see where it went. I mean, obviously it's crashed back down, but during that initial thrust, while Bitcoin was making this teeny tiny move, Litecoin was like, and then it came down, and now it's starting to kind of push back up. But it's going to be interesting to see. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. But again, the longer term, like the short term bullish lines are there, so showing that nice upward trend and momentum. But the longer term bearish lines have plagued Bitcoin and continue to do so. At this market, yes, it's making big moves, but it's doing so on dwindling momentum. So that is why I try to emphasize caution as much as I can in these videos, because yes, I still think short term there could be further upside, but you just have to be cautious. You have to have your stops in place, and you don't want to get caught in the sell-off. The sell-off will be vicious. Even if it's just a tiny corrective move or it's a full 100% retracement, it's going to be vicious. It's going to catch people off guard. All of a sudden, you're just going to see Bitcoin crap out like 300, 500 points, maybe even more. And it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. A lot of people are going to have probably stop limits in place, get absolutely wrecked as price dive bombs through it. And then you're selling in the open, and then you're just completely screwed as price chops around. And I think that's why they designed this market to really just fling from one side to the next side to just bust those orders, get people creating a frenzy, and then obviously the exchanges make a ton of money doing this. So they have a field day. They have an absolute field day. But anyway, so that's it. If you do like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, follow. I think Bitcoin's going to top somewhere on Bitfinex, probably somewhere in like the mid sixes. I think we'll probably see some 6,000 breaks across the board just to get everyone euphoric and projecting these crazy price points. But again, I would just stress the caution here that things are getting vertical, and eventually the hammer's going to come down for that corrective move. And all it is just a profit-taking event. And that profit-taking event will determine on whether we're going to continue that uptrend or not. So hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And I'll talk to everybody on Monday.